walked the bridge in 72, where legends played in royal blue. Osgood's grace, Bonetti's hands, we stood and roared.
Hello and welcome to another Chelsea chat. And yesterday it was Chelsea 3, Wolves 0. The usual loads of changes, but mostly good ones. I was a little bit concerned that Malo Gusto was at right back and Reece James wasn't playing, but then we were playing Wolves and they've only got 2 points this season, and any team that's only got 2 points after, was it 11 games, there's a reason behind it. And yes, the week before, I think it was, or 2 weeks prior to that, we conceded 3 goals against them when we beat them 4-3 in the Cup. But still, bottom of the league, 2 points. You would hope that Chelsea at home would be able to bulldoze them. So the team was Sanchez in goal. We had Gusto at right back. In the middle, we had Fofana and Chalobah, and at left back we had Cucurella. Just in front of them, Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. How good was Enzo Fernandez yesterday? How often did I say that? Never. Well, it's once now. I thought it was absolutely superb. In front of them we had Garnacho, João Pedro in the middle, and Neto on the other wing, with Liam Delap up front. Now, I've seen a lot of criticism this morning of Liam Delap. He's been out for 2 months. He's just joined a new club, and then he's been out for 2 months. He's got to get to know how we play. He's got to get match fit, and after he does both of those, I'll start to judge him. I think if he gets a regular run, he doesn't get an injured again, probably in February, we'll have a better idea of whether he suits Chelsea, whether he's up to our standard or whatever. So I've been asked my thoughts on Liam Delap, and that's my thoughts. How can you judge the boy when he's been out for 2 months? We've seen better players than him probably take maybe 4 or 5 games to get back up to speed after injury. And that sort of elite level, that elite athlete level, that's what's needed. Now, it shouldn't affect his hold-up play, and yesterday I thought when Mark Gu came on, his hold-up play was superb, so I don't know. But again, I'm not going to judge the boy. It's not just about getting up to speed with running, it's about getting your timing right and everything. So yeah, that's my answer to the questions about Liam Delap. I'll wait and see. I'll put it on hold. So the first half yesterday was absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Slow tempo. Oh, I've seen sloths move faster than that, or sloth if you're gonna take issue with my pronunciation. I've seen them move quicker. Absolutely awful. I thought if this is first 20 minutes of the second half is like this, I'm turning off. I won't miss anything. I'll probably miss about 3 passes. It was that slow. So they got booed off at half time. I never like hearing people booed, but that's part of the course now, isn't it? And especially at half time. I mean, that ground sounded like a morgue in the first half. And understandably from one sense, because it was turgid, crap, slow football. But even so, the crowd's got to play a part. Now, lately, the crowd have been brilliant, don't get me wrong. But all I saw yesterday on television was a load of Chinese or Japanese people taking photographs and Chelsea boys just being pretty quiet. You know, these are the times back in the old days where the songs would break out to get the team going. Now, it's a two-way thing, I know. But yeah, a bit disappointed with that crowd in the first half, if I'm honest. Not as disappointed I was with the team. The team were absolutely pony. And the second half, I don't know what you said to them at half time, but yeah, they started to play like a team that was in the top sort of 5 or 6 of the league, and Wolves looked like a team that had got 2 points from the start of the season and were absolutely rubbish. What they have got is team spirit. What they have got is heart, and they tried their hearts out, but they just haven't got any quality. and Chelsea have, and we opened them up. Garnacho had his best game I've seen him play in a Chelsea shirt. In fact, Garnacho had the best game I've seen him play full stop in that second half. First half, I was thinking to myself, why have we signed him? He seems to beat a player or just look inside and play to Cucurella. But he weren't the only one on the pitch doing that. Neto was cutting always on the inside and passing it, even though he was doing the odd bit of defensive work he had to do. We didn't look like scoring in that first half. We really didn't. But second half, as I say, come off the hour, come off the man. Garnacho was a notch above. Neto started to drive forward more, and I was pleased for Malo Gusto, who was having a good game anyway at right back. Well, I say both defensively. He didn't have a lot defensively to do, did he? But what he did have to do, he did well. And he's always looking good bombing forward, let's face it. He is a proper wing back. He got his first goal, which ironically was a header. So I was pleased for him. I think that was Garnacho who was the assist on that. Put a ball over. Couldn't really, well, you could miss. We've seen that with Timo. João Pedro was in the middle. And when Estevao come on, he started taking them on the outside. He's an exciting talent. The boy didn't do an awful lot after that assist. I think the assist was for Neto. But every time you get it, and his first touch is absolutely quality. You can just bring it out the air and down. And so I was really chuffed to see him. And second half, we were just really too good for them. The way we should have been in the first half. I don't know what the issue is. Lack of motivation or what. The other thing I've been asked about is Maresca, and he's like the team. He's up and down like a yo-yo. I don't see how you have to quite rotate to the extent that he does. I've said that in a previous video. Yesterday, for the first half, he would have got a 4, and for the second half, he would have got an 8. So when I score it, if I forget to score him, he gets a 6. And that was it really. Just before the international break, we were too good for a really, really poor Wolves side. But at the end of the day, it's the 3 points that matter. And we play well against the top teams, don't we? But these low block teams, funny enough, I was thinking of Sunderland yesterday, they took points off Arsenal. So maybe the 2-1 defeat doesn't look as bad as it could have done. They're obviously a unit. They were well organised against us, and we just couldn't really break them down. But anyway, back to this game. Yeah, I think people say, with the World Cup, Club Championship, we didn't have much of a pre-season. Yeah, I know, but these are professional players, and they are being rotated outrageously. People say, well, we're a young side. And I say, yeah, we are a young side, but we have got a fair bit of experience in there now, quite a few internationals who have seen it and done it. So I expect to see a marked improvement over the next sort of 12 months. And I think it's just rotation, not just, but largely rotation that causes our problems and our inconsistency. So anyway, yesterday I'll score him. Sanchez, who's looked a lot better lately, was again good in the air. Didn't have much to do the rest of the game, so he's going to get a 6.5. Gusto, first goal for the club and a decent performance, he gets a 7. Fofana, I thought was good yesterday, 7. Chalobah, I thought was one excellent block by Chalobah. He's going to get a 7.5. Cucurella gets a 7.5, back to his best, bombing forward, being a nuisance, always back to do his defensive work. Great player who I wanted sold. I can't believe that. I'll never live it down. When I go down the pub, everyone just shouts out, Cucurella being sold, Glenn. I say, shut up. In front of them, Caicedo, decent game. Glad he wasn't injured because he was hobbling for a while. Caicedo gets a 7.5. Enzo Fernandez, I never thought I'd hear myself saying this, is my Chelsea man of the match with a 9. I thought he was absolutely superb yesterday. everything that was good about us pushing forward, even in the first half, was him trying to get people in with direct passes. None of this tippy tappy crap. Direct passes, and that's what you want to see. That's what people like Pedro, if he plays up front, or Delap, will feed off of once they get to know how he plays, where the ball's going to be. You get a little bit of telepathy going. They'll benefit from balls like that. So well done, Enzo Fernandez. I'm not your biggest fan by any means, but yesterday you were absolutely superb. Garnacho gets an 8, largely for the second half performance. But yeah, the boy can play. He's just got to do it more often for me. But yeah, he's got more ability than I actually thought he had when I used to see him play for Man United, and all you saw was the odd overhead kick or the odd, fancy Dan stuff, which caught the eye, but consistently, no, not for me. He's got to work on the defensive side of his game, but I think he's doing that. It'll be a gradual process, but he looks willing to learn, and yesterday, second half, great guns. João Pedro didn't have his best game yesterday, but he scored. He's going to get a 6.5 from me, and maybe he's going to get a 7. He scored, didn't he? Neto scored, not his best game. Again, I'm going to go with a 7. And up front, Liam Delap gets a 5.5. I don't think the lad's fit. I don't think he's match fit, and I don't think he's got used to the service that he's going to get yet. And I thought his hold-up play was virtually non-existent. Gets a 5.5 though, because the effort was there, and because of all the reasons I've given, all the considerations, I'm gonna let him off for a couple of games. Needs the minutes in his legs, needs to strengthen his body, and needs to get up to speed. Already said what I'd give Maresca. Estevao when he come on, it was lovely. And Reece James was good when he come on as well. All the substitutes done decent. Even Santos, he got stuck in, done his defensive work, and well done him. So that's it. That's all from me. Let me know what you think. That's why I do these. And I'll see you after the international break. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video, and speak soon. What a run up we've got coming now. Barcelona, Arsenal. Got Burnley first, but you know how we struggle against those teams. So wouldn't it be nice to get 3 wins after that break? Anyway, thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Up to Chelsea.
I walked the bridge in 72, where legends played in royal blue. Osgood's grace, Bonetti's hands. We stood and roared from the old shed stand. Hudson danced and Hutch would fight. Charlie